If Season 3, Episode 1 thoughts. This episode is called What If the Hulk Fought the Mech Avengers? Which is just an ever so slightly misleading title, but whatever. Another episode I love. Spoilers for everything MCU leading up to and including this episode. And I forget what the episode was rated. I think 12 plus. Let's go with that. So will this video be. Let's dive right in. So, yeah. I think I've said before, I think some of the best episodes of this show are the ones where, as much as I love the ones where they take one of the movies and play around with it and do a what if, I do think some of these ones where they're just going a completely different direction, you know, this is not reminiscent of any one of the movies. There's little references here and there, but, you know, yeah, I didn't know I needed Pacific Rim CU in my life, but yeah, sometimes Marvel Studios knows me better than I do. I'm here for it. I think it was Nando of Nando V Movies who pointed out how, like, anime inspired some of these episodes, you know, of earlier seasons, you know, have been. And yeah, this is very, very anime. And we do finish off with a very gnarly, you know, kaiju on kaiju fight. So yeah, absolutely love that. Love that, you know, Sam's superpower is still his empathy. You know, we've seen that in every movie that he's been in so far. I'm guessing we'll see it again in Captain America 4. Really looking forward to it. Yeah, we see it again here. Like, the others were about to shoot Mega Hulk there at the end. And yeah, I mean, we know what happens when the Hulk is angry. You know, you don't want to see him angry. Well, okay, we the audience might want to see him angry, but, you know, out of, you know, we don't want people hurt by angry Hulk. And I appreciate they, you know, they made sure to evacuate the city before the big smackdown. Loved seeing the various cameos, and they even got a lot of the real the voices from the live action. I will never turn down Oscar Isaac or Simu Liu in, I mean, really anything, but yeah, these roles, absolutely love what they've both done with them. And yeah, I thought they did a good job on the picks as well. Like, you know, they did have to have that thing about, well, you know, with nobody else left to fight, you know, because the original Avengers die. You know, this is an episode that does have to do a lot of, like, I felt I was watching Avatar 1 early in this episode. Like, wow, you really have to get a lot of story beats out the way just to get to the story you really wanted to tell. I think this one, you know, it's been the case with others of these. I think I might have said in at least one of my videos on one of these episodes, some of these, you know, yeah, they're kind of hoping we'll like the episode enough that they get to make, like, an actual spin-off, you know. So far it's happened once. We are getting Marvel Zombies. Can hardly wait. I think this one absolutely could. You know, you could show the Gamma War, for example. I'm not certain there's much more story to tell after the end of this episode. I suppose it's possible that some other threat could show up. Go Avengers, that has to be like a reference to GoBot, right? Which, don't let Drax here say that. A GoBot killed his, what was it, his cousin or something like that. Poor guy's always having his, you know, family killed by various... Anyway, yeah, I did really appreciate, you know, I suppose I don't actually know what to call them. Let's go with the second wave of Mech Avengers from the... I guess I will just call them Mech Avengers since we spend most of the episode with the second wave. But yeah, you know, the Mech Avengers, they're taking... You know, they're taking this very seriously. They know the fate of the world is lying in their hands and to only use their weapons for defense. Yeah, it felt very Megazord when all of the, you know, what was it, Mighty Avengers Protocol. That was really, really cool. They even have the head slide up into, or not slide, do this move tilt into place, whatever it's called. I know the word in Danish. I can't, for the life of me, remember the word in English, which probably makes it good that it's not for my life. Yeah, the 10 rings were part of, I guess, of the Shang-Chi suit. I loved how distinct the various mechs were. And I like how, as much as Sam does, he says he sees a friend in I've got a friend in you, he says to Banner. You know, even so, that still takes, Monica, much like in the real world, one of us men too stubborn and, too frail ego to solve the problem, and a woman has to go in and actually, be at least a crucial part of the solution. And yeah, I think that might just about cover it. Yeah, I really enjoyed the opening that was like the opening of a like 60s animated take on, yeah, on this basic concept. The Apex was really cool. Great design. I thought they did a good job giving it enough expression. Like, we could clearly tell when it was genuinely kind of scared of Mega Hulk. I appreciate they didn't take forever to blow up Chekhov's nuke, because, like, wow, that was obvious. Like, okay, yeah, we get it. That's setup. But it was mere minutes, between that setup and the actual, yeah. Yeah, I think that might just about... Yeah, so apparently we are getting one per day for 8 days. So, yeah, 8 episodes, I guess, unless Disney deems one of them too friendly to trans people. Seriously, that was really messed up. I haven't even watched that show. Maybe I will, just to support the artists who work really hard to tell a trans affirmative story, but Disney really has to stop treating the LGBTQ plus community as just like, they want their money. Disney wants their money, but they really don't want to treat them with very much respect. Yeah, I think that does just about... was the, like... let's see. Oh, right, yeah, yeah, really, really cool, the shots of... That's something this show does really well. Shots where there's just, like, a ridiculous amount of, like, foot soldiers. It often is. We also saw it with Ultron, but here, with the little... or not little, the smaller beasts. I think that might just about... right, and I do also really appreciate that message there at the end. Even just the way someone else sees you can change everything. So something like that, absolutely true. And if you know someone who needs help, try to reach out to them, especially now that Trump's getting a second term. Right, at one point they note the... Right, I did also think it was a clever thing, 10 years have passed, and there's thousands of the smaller things. Yeah, like, I could buy that, it survived underwater. No, there's nothing in the rule book that says that it can't. And for all of that time, every time it could, it reproduced. So now there's thousands of them, and... the yeah, I mean, it's like they say, this is not an infestation, it's an invasion. And this looks like a real invasion, not one of those like paranoid, crackpot conspiracy theory invasions like white replacement. Have you ever noticed how when white cishet male bigots, like, when they imagine the worst thing that could possibly happen, it's like taking something that they and or their ancestors have done or are doing and just like invert it, like the oh, imagine if like a bunch of minorities came from other countries to the country we stole from minorities and then took it from us. Like that would be like, that's often the closest they get to actually admitting that, oh, maybe, we or people like us actually did something wrong at some point. Anyway, loving this, absolutely love this episode. Hoping that the rest of this season can keep this, level of engagement up. And yeah. Right, yeah, I thought they did a really great job using the various, so Shang-Chi, Moon Knight, and for sure, can't believe I'm blanking on his name, Sam, the new Captain America, yeah, I guess I don't even have to name check. Basically, every major character in this, we already know they're going to appear in something coming up. So, yeah, this works as, making sure that the audience still cares about these characters and sees them doing something epic. And also, actually, they're behaving in character. I thought that, at one point Moon Knight says something like, "This is Khonshu's will," or something like that. So, yeah, and the suit, like he doesn't have the head part, but the rest of the suit does look like a variation on what he wore in his miniseries. So, yeah, I think that does cover absolutely everything. So yeah. Hopefully, I'll be able to do the next episode tomorrow. So, certainly, whenever I do it, hope to catch you then.